It's my journey, it's your journey. You need my help and I need yours. 'Cause we are...
Hello, family. Welcome to Journeys of Faith Super Saints podcast. Brother Joseph Fry Aldenhoven here at your service. Be sure to look at the description for special information of interest to you. And also, there's more to this article. Catholic audiobook downloads. Stream faith anywhere. In a world where the hustle of daily life can drown out the quiet call of the soul, finding ways to stay connected to our faith is more crucial than ever. For Catholics seeking spiritual nourishment on the go, Catholic audiobook downloads offer a sacred lifeline, a way to immerse oneself in the teachings of the Church, the lives of the saints, and the mysteries of the Eucharist, no matter where life takes you. At Journeys of Faith, we've seen firsthand how modern technology can bridge the gap between ancient truths and contemporary struggles. Founded by Bob and Penny Lord, whose voices echoed across EWTN for over 4 decades, our ministry has always been about bringing the richness of Catholic tradition into the hands and now the ears of the faithful worldwide. Picture this. You're stuck in rush hour traffic, the weight of the day pressing down, and yet with a simple tap on your phone, you're transported to the cobblestone streets of a holy site in Italy, or walking alongside Saint Juan, whose story of sacrifice reignites your own resolve. That's the power of audio. It's intimate, it's portable, and it's a reminder that faith isn't confined to the walls of a church. It lives in the mundane, the messy, the everyday. As a ministry rooted in the Augustinian tradition and inspired by the cloistered spirituality of Montefalco, Journeys of Faith is committed to providing resources that don't just inform, but transform. Our motto, one heart, one mind, one spirit, with one vision, isn't just a slogan. It's a promise to unite believers in a shared journey towards sanctification. Through our evolving mission from physical pilgrimages to virtual armchair pilgrimages and now accessible media like audiobooks, we strive to meet you where you are, whether you're a lay person craving deeper Eucharistic devotion, a family seeking to pass on the faith, or a pilgrim at heart yearning for connection. Catholic audiobook downloads curated with fidelity to magisterial teaching can be your companion. Based out of our Holy Family mission in Morrilton, Arkansas, where a replica of the Holy House of Loreto stands as a testament to tangible faith, we're here to guide you through the spiritual landscape, one story, one prayer, one moment of grace at a time. Why Catholic audiobooks enrich your spiritual journey? Let's face it, in a world that's constantly pulling us in 1,000 directions, finding time for spiritual growth can feel like an uphill battle. Between work, family, and the endless scroll of social media, carving out a quiet moment to connect with God often gets pushed to the bottom of the to-do list. That's where Catholic audiobooks come in, a lifeline for the faithful who crave depth but are strapped for time. These aren't just convenient audio files. They're a gateway to a richer, more intentional walk with Christ, no matter where you are. Picture this. You're stuck in morning traffic, the frustration building as the minutes tick by. Instead of letting irritation take over, you press play on an audiobook about the lives of the saints. Suddenly, the gridlock transforms into a sacred space. The heroic witness of St. Therese of Lisieux, or the fiery zeal of St. Ignatius of Loyola, fills your car, reminding you of the call to holiness woven into even the most mundane moments. Catholic audiobooks turn dead time into divine encounters, letting you absorb the wisdom of the Church while folding laundry, jogging, or waiting at the dentist. But it's not just about convenience. There's something uniquely powerful about hearing the truths of our faith spoken aloud. The spoken word carries a weight that resonates deep in the soul. Think of the way the gospel comes alive when proclaimed at Mass. Audiobooks on Catholic doctrine, Eucharistic devotion, or Marian apparitions don't just inform, they inspire. They challenge us to live out the teachings of the church with renewed courage, whether we're grappling with a personal cross or seeking to evangelize in our own small corner of the world. And let's not overlook the educational edge. For lay Catholics hungry to understand the intricacies of theology or the historical roots of our traditions, audiobooks offer a master class on the go. You don't need a theology degree to unpack the mysteries of the faith. Just a pair of earbuds and a willingness to learn from the writings of the church fathers to modern reflections on the catechism. These resources build a bridge between ancient wisdom and today's struggles, equipping us to defend and share our faith with confidence. Most importantly, Catholic audiobooks foster a sense of communion. As you listen to stories of miracles, martyrdom, and mercy, you're reminded that you're not walking this journey alone. You're part of a vast eternal family, the communion of saints, the body of Christ. That connection, reinforced through every chapter and verse, stirs a fire within to pursue sanctity, to pray more fervently, and to love more radically. In a culture that often isolates, these audio downloads weave us back into the tapestry of faith, one story at a time. Embark on a spiritual journey with Journeys of Faith. Hey there, fellow seekers of the sacred. Let's talk about taking your faith to the next level. At Journeys of Faith, we're not just about inspiration, we're about transformation. Founded by Bob and Penny Lord, our mission has been lighting the path for Catholics worldwide for over 4 decades, from EWTN screens to the quiet of your own home. Now, with our Catholic audiobook downloads, you can stream faith anywhere, anytime. But why stop? Why stop there? Dive deeper with us and experience the richness of Catholic spirituality like never before. Here's how you can join the journey. Download now, grab our Catholic audiobooks, and let the stories of saints, Eucharistic miracles, and Marian apparitions fill your day with grace. Explore virtual pilgrimages. Can't travel? No problem. Our armchair pilgrimages bring holy sights to you through stunning documentaries. Visit Holy Family Mission. If you're near Morrilton, Arkansas, come see our replica of the Holy House of Laredo and recharge at our retreat center. Shop spiritual treasures. Browse our extensive religious gift shop for resources to deepen your devotion. With Journeys of Faith, it's all about one heart, one mind, one spirit, with one vision. Join our global community today and let's walk this path of sanctification together. Types of Catholic audio resources available. Let's dive into the rich, soul-nourishing world of Catholic audio resources that can transform your daily commute, quiet evenings, or even moments of prayer into profound encounters with faith. The beauty of these downloads is their accessibility. You don't need to be in a cathedral or on a pilgrimage to feel the presence of the divine. They're right there, ready to stream through your earbuds, bringing the timeless teachings of the church into the rhythm of your life. First up, you got audio books on the lives of the saints. These aren't just dusty hagiographies. They're gripping narratives that pull you into the struggles and triumphs of holy men and women who walk the same earth we do. Think of St. Augustine's raw, soul-bearing confessions, or St. Therese of Lisieux's gentle little way to holiness, stories that hit hard with their humanity and inspire you to strive for sanctity in your own messy, modern life. These recordings often feature skilled narrators who bring the drama and devotion to life, making you feel like you're sitting at the feet of these spiritual giants. Then there are recordings of the Holy Rosary and other devotional prayers. In a world that's constantly buzzing with distraction, these audio guides are a lifeline. They walk you through each mystery, each bead, with meditative pacing that calms the mind and centers the heart on God. Some even layer in sacred music or reflections from Scripture, turning a simple prayer into a deep, immersive experience. It's like having a prayer partner whispering encouragement, even when you're alone on a crowded bus. Don't sleep on Catholic theology and catechesis in audio form either. These aren't dry lectures, they're dynamic explorations of doctrine, often delivered by priests, theologians, or lay scholars who know how to break down complex truths into digestible, inspiring lessons. Whether it's unpacking the mystery of the Eucharist or diving into the Church's teachings on family life, these resources equip you with the knowledge to live your faith boldly and answer the tough questions the world throws at you. Lastly, there's a treasure trove of audio retreats and meditations based on sacred sites and Marian apparitions. Imagine being guided through the spiritual landscape of Lourdes or Fatima, hearing vivid descriptions of holy ground, while reflections draw you closer to Our Lady's intercession. These aren't just travelogues, they're invitations to encounter the miraculous, to let the stories of divine intervention stir your soul toward deeper trust in God's providence. These audio resources are more than entertainment, they're tools for transformation, crafted to meet you wherever you are on your spiritual journey. Whether you're a cradle Catholic or a curious seeker, there's something here to challenge, comfort, and call you higher. Saints' lives in your earbuds, biographies and legends. Let's be real, most of us aren't scaling mountains or trekking through ancient cities to uncover the hidden stories of the saints. But what if you could carry their courage, their miracles, and their unshakable faith right in your pocket? Catholic audio downloads are your portal to the lives of these spiritual giants, delivering biographies and legends straight to your earbuds. Whether you're commuting through gridlock or folding laundry in a quiet house, you can immerse yourself in the gritty, grace-filled journeys of figures like St. Francis of Assisi, who abandoned wealth for radical poverty, or St. Therese of Lisieux, whose little way redefined holiness in the mundane. These aren't just dusty history lessons, they're raw human stories of struggle and triumph, narrated with a reverence that pulls you into the heart of Catholic tradition. You'll hear about St. Joan of Arc's battlefield visions, her unyielding, yielding trust in God's voice amid chaos and the fire, literal and spiritual, that defined her, or dive into the mystical depths of St. John of the Cross, whose poetry and suffering reveal a roadmap to union with the divine. These audio experiences don't shy away from the hard stuff, the doubts, the persecutions, the sheer weight of living a life set apart. Yet they also lift you up, reminding you that sanctity isn't reserved for the distant past. It's a call echoing in your own life today. What's powerful about these downloads is their ability to transform dead air into sacred space. They're not passive entertainment. They're an invitation to reflect, to pray, to let the witness of the saints challenge your own walk with Christ. Imagine listening to the story of St. Maximilian Kolbe's ultimate sacrifice in Auschwitz while you're stuck in a soul-draining meeting. Suddenly, your perspective shifts, petty frustrations fade. You're reminded of what endurance and faith really looks like. These audio biographies and legends aren't just stories, they're spiritual fuel, meticulously crafted to align with the Church's teachings, ensuring you're not just inspired, but also grounded in truth. Pray along, rosaries, chaplets, and novenas on audio. Let's be real, finding time for prayer in our chaotic, screen-addicted lives can feel like a battle. But what if you could weave the sacred into the mundane, praying the rosary while stuck in traffic, meditating on a novena during your lunch break, or letting the Divine Mercy chaplet wash over you as you fold laundry? Catholic audio downloads are the spiritual lifeline you didn't know you needed, delivering the ancient rhythms of prayer straight to your earbuds. These aren't just recordings, they're companions for your soul. Picture this, a voice guiding you through the joyful mysteries as you walk through a noisy city, the words cutting through the chaos like a beacon, or a novena to St. Jude, whispered with conviction, helping you carry a private burden while you're miles from a church. These audio prayers are meticulously crafted to align with Catholic tradition, ensuring every Hail Mary, every plea for intercession resonates with the timeless teachings of the faith. They're not watered down or modernized, they're the real deal, rooted in doctrine, designed to draw you closer to God. And let's talk accessibility. You don't need to be a theologian or a cloistered monk to dive in. These downloads are for the everyday Catholic, the parent, the worker, the seeker who craves connection with the divine but struggles to carve out silent hours. With just a tap, you've got centuries of devotion at your fingertips, ready to transform a commute or a quiet evening into a pilgrimage of the heart, whether it's the repetitive calm of the Rosary or the focused intensity of a chaplet. These audio resources meet you where you are, inviting you to pray deeper, reflect longer, and trust more fully in God's plan. Eucharistic miracles narrated for reflection. Let's dive into the awe inspiring world of Eucharistic miracles, where the veil between the earthly and the divine thins to a whisper. These sacred events, documented across centuries, aren't just historical curiosities, they're living testimonies of Christ's real presence in the Blessed Sacrament, meant to stir your soul and anchor your faith. Through Catholic audio downloads, you can now immerse yourself in these profound stories, narrated with reverence and depth wherever you are. Picture this: you're commuting through the grind of rush hour, earbuds in, when the voice of a narrator transports you to 8th century Lanciano, Italy. A doubting priest, mid Mass, witnesses the host transform into flesh and the wine into blood, tangible, testable proof of the miracle of transubstantiation. Modern science, centuries later, confirms the flesh is human heart tissue, the blood type AB, defying natural explanation. As the narration unfolds, you're not just hearing a story, you're invited to reflect on the mystery of God's love poured out in the Eucharist, challenging skepticism with undeniable truth. Or consider the miracle of Bolsena in 1263, where a consecrated host bled onto a corporal, inspiring the feast of Corpus Christi. These accounts, delivered through vivid storytelling in audio form, don't just inform, they pierce the heart. They call you to kneel in spirit, to ponder how the Eucharist isn't a symbol, but a reality as taught by the Church with unwavering clarity. Each episode becomes a mini retreat, a moment to ask, how am I encountering Christ in this sacrament? Am I approaching with the awe these miracles demand? These narrated reflections aren't passive listening, they're a summons to deeper prayer, to meditate on the Catechism's teaching that the Eucharist is the source and summit of the Christian life. Whether you're a lifelong Catholic or a seeker hungry for truth, these stories of divine intervention brought to life through the intimacy of audio can reignite your devotion. They remind us that faith isn't blind. It's often confirmed by wonders that defy the world's logic, urging us to live with greater reverence for the mysteries we profess. Marian apparitions told through sound. In the vast tapestry of Catholic devotion, few threads shimmer as brightly as the stories of Marian apparitions, moments when the Blessed Virgin Mary is said to have appeared to humble souls, delivering messages of hope, repentance, and divine love. Now imagine these sacred encounters not just read or watched, but heard, brought to life through the intimate power of audio. Catholic audiobook downloads offer a unique portal into these heavenly visitations, letting you walk alongside visionaries like Bernadette of Lourdes or the children of Fatima as their awe and wonder unfold in vivid soundscapes. There's something profoundly moving about hearing the echo of Mary's words, her gentle urgings for prayer, her warnings of trials, her promises of grace, spoken with reverence and conviction. These audio renditions don't just narrate, they immerse. You can almost feel the chill of the grotto air or the weight of a rosary in hand as the stories unfold, whether you're commuting through rush hour traffic or kneeling in quiet prayer at home. Producers of this, as of purchases, producers of these works often weave in subtle sound effects, whispering winds, the the murmur of crowds, the tolling of church bells to anchor you in the moment, making each apparition not a distant tale, but a living encounter. Beyond the emotional pull, these audio experiences serve as a wellspring of spiritual education. They unpack the theological weight of Mary's messages, tying them to the church's teachings on sin, redemption, and the power of intercession. You'll hear how Our Lady of Guadalupe inspired a cultural renewal, or how her warnings at La Salette called a wayward world back to God. It's catechesis on the go, a chance to deepen your understanding of Marian devotion without cracking open a heavy tome. For the faithful, these stories aren't just history, they're a call to action, a reminder of Mary's enduring role as our advocate and mother, speaking to us even now through the medium of sound. Family friendly stories of faith for kids. Let's talk about the little ones, the kids who are just starting to grasp the vast, wondrous world of faith. In a time when screens dominate attention and distractions are endless, finding ways to plant seeds of devotion in young hearts can feel like an uphill battle. But here's the good news: Catholic audio downloads offer a treasure trove of family friendly stories that don't just entertain, but also inspire. These aren't your run of the mill bedtime tales, they're narratives steeped in the lives of saints, the miracles of the Eucharist, and the tender love of Our Lady, crafted to spark curiosity and wonder in children. Imagine this: your family gathered in the car on a road trip, or maybe just winding down after dinner, listening to the story of a young Saint Therese of Lisieux, the little flower whose simple acts of love became a path to holiness. Or perhaps it's the daring courage of St. Joan of Arc, a girl not much older than your own children, leading armies with unshakable trust in God. These stories, delivered through engaging audio, aren't just history lessons, they're invitations to see the world through the lens of faith, to understand that even the smallest among us are called to greatness in God's eyes. What's powerful about these audio resources is their accessibility. They meet families where they are, whether you're juggling a hectic schedule or simply looking for a way to weave prayer into daily life. Pop in a story during a commute, and suddenly a mundane drive transforms into a moment of connection, not just with each other, but with the communion of saints. These aren't preachy lectures, they're vibrant, relatable retellings that stick with kids, planting questions like, could I be brave like that? Or how can I show love like she did? And let's not underestimate the ripple effect. When children hear about the unwavering faith of the Holy Family or the miracles surrounding Marian apparitions, it's not just their minds that are shaped, it's their souls. These audio stories become a bridge, linking the timeless truths of our Catholic heritage to the modern challenges kids face. They learn that faith isn't a dusty relic, it's a living, breathing force that can guide them through anything. So, if you're looking to nurture a love for the church in your children, these downloads are a quiet but mighty tool, ready to echo the call to holiness in even the youngest of hearts. A journey of faith awaits you. As we close this exploration of Catholic audiobook downloads, let's remember that faith isn't confined to the walls of a church or the pages of a book. It's a living, breathing journey that can accompany you anywhere. At Journeys of Faith, we're committed to walking beside you, offering trusted media that stirs the soul and deepens your connection to the divine. With every audiobook, you're not just listening, you're embarking on an armchair pilgrimage, tracing the footsteps of saints, marveling at Eucharistic miracles, and embracing Marian devotion. Our mission, rooted in the Augustinian tradition and inspired by the spirituality of Montefalco's cloistered nuns, is to make these sacred stories accessible to all. Whether you're at home, on the road, or seeking solace in a quiet moment, our resources, imbued with the spirit of Bob and Penny Lord's legacy, bring the Catholic call to sanctification into everyday life. Join us with one heart, one mind, one spirit, with one vision. Stream your faith anywhere and let Journeys of Faith guide you toward spiritual renewal. Dive into our catalog of Catholic audio downloads today and let your heart be transformed. Visit journeysoffaith.com website today. Thanks for listening to Super Saints Podcast. Be sure to click the link in the description for special news items.
It's your journey, but we won't make the trip alone, 'cause we know God will lead us home. It's our journey of faith. It's our journey.